home of the Milan Cortina Olympics. Coverage begins February 6th, 2026.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson, the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com, and McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
A state of emergency has been declared as officials confirm dangerous levels of dieldrin in Jigo's drinking water. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with more from the acting governor's special address next.
Village mayors will no longer be in charge of cleaning up junk cars and other waste after this fiscal year. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with what's led to this decision and what it means for island residents.
We continue our coverage of the candidates vying for the Guam Department of Education's top spot. Tonight, we hear from longtime Deputy Superintendent Joe Sanchez. Hafa and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Thanks for ending your day with us. A state of emergency has officially been declared after 2 water wells tested positive for dieldrin contamination. Over 1,000 families in Jigo have been told not to drink their tap water after test results revealed dangerous levels of the banned pesticide. Nevaeh Anderson has more.
2 wells serving Jigo residents have been flagged for contamination, setting off alarm bells across the island. Water samples taken as far back as December 2024 and through July of this year showed levels of dieldrin above Guam Environmental Protection Agency's new interim action limits, which went into effect on August 1st. But it wasn't until September 12th, more than a month later, that over 1,000 customers in Jigo were officially notified. Dieldrin is a banned, highly toxic pesticide that persists in the environment for decades. Once used in farming and termite control, it is dangerous when consumed through water or food, and long-term exposure is linked to liver damage, neurological problems, reproductive harm, and cancer.
Like you, I am alarmed by the information we know, and even more alarmed by what we don't know, including the source of this contamination.
Acting Governor Joshua Tenorio says after getting the latest updates directly from the Guam Waterworks Authority and Guam EPA, there was no time to waste.
I have signed an executive order declaring a state of emergency that will get them across the finish line quicker.
Under Guam law, an emergency declaration unlocks $250,000 in immediate funds for response. That money can be spent without the usual red tape to get safe drinking water back to affected homes.
With this, GWA has the resources to act quickly to get safe drinking water to affected families. It enables GWA to immediately procure filters and other supplies like point of entry systems that can filter water before it even reaches the taps in our homes.
The order also comes with a demand for transparency. Tenorio is requiring GWA and Guam EPA to test the affected wells on a monthly basis, to publicly report the results of those tests, and to set up hotlines to answer residents' questions. The acting governor has also reached out to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and local military commands to, quote, augment efforts with federally controlled supplies and equipment.
We are here to ensure that GWA and Guam EPA finish this critical effort and stand ready to make their jobs easier and get results faster. This executive order was drafted with the cooperation of GWA, Guam EPA, and in consultation with Jigo Mayor Francis Lezama, a process that took some time to get finalized but was needed to ensure we weren't burdening agencies with impossible mandates and that it would complement, not compete with their ongoing response efforts.
Tenorio stressed that protecting the island's drinking water should be a cause that concerns our entire community.
All of us in Guam must be concerned with the safety of our drinking water across the island, including these 2 wells that serve Jigo. We must remember that water is life. This sustaining resource must be cherished. It must be protected. It cannot be taken for granted. It is our collective responsibility to protect it and to act whenever its safety is threatened.
And in the latest update from Adaloop this afternoon, officials clarified that only 1 well in Jigo, Y15, is impacted. The second well, D17 in Dedido, has already been taken offline. For now, families in northern Guam are relying on bottled water, while officials work urgently to decontaminate the system and restore safe service. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
And as As of news time, the hotline for the Guam EPA is now open for residents to call and get their questions answered directly. That number is 671-888-4342, and the hotline is available from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. In other news, village mayors say they've had enough, and starting in fiscal year 2026, they won't be the ones responsible for cleaning up abandoned cars or hauling away recyclable waste. This week, the Mayor's Council of Guam voted unanimously to step away from the job and hand it over to the government agencies. The move is expected to ease pressure on village staff, but it also leaves some questions about what comes next. Mitsuki Hirayama has the details.
Across the island, the signs are hard to miss. Abandoned vehicles, piles of green waste, and old appliances sitting along roadsides. For years, it's been the mayors and their staff who take care of it, but not for much longer. At a special meeting this week, the Mayor's Council of Guam voted unanimously to remove itself from the job of clearing out junk cars, white goods, and green waste starting in fiscal year 2026. Council President and PD Mayor Jesse Allig.
Colleagues, I don't ever say that we can't do it because we don't want to do it. I say we cannot do it because we don't have the resources.
The change shifts responsibility to the Guam Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Public Works, and the Guam Solid Waste Authority, agencies the council says have more manpower and resources.
It's because when you think about the bulky items, that's GSWA's job. So their board should be held accountable. And that GSWA manager who gets paid a whole lot more than all of us probably should start picking up the white goods. And the tires, oh my gosh, right? I agree. So green waste, honestly, I'm going to go back to green waste. This island, we live on an island, and up to this day, there's still no green waste management plan. And if there is, why don't we ever know? We all have bins, right? We have one bin for trash at home and one bin for recyclables. What about the green waste?
Under the mayor's island-wide environmental cleanup program, about $1.5 million is allocated each year for vehicle and waste removal for all 19 villages from the Recycling Revolving Fund. But not every village has the capacity to do that extra work, according to freshman mayor of Zotnya, Brian Terlahi.
We have to put our everyday operations on hold to assist these individuals that are helping us, right? And trying to clean up our village. But I think some villages are a little bit more, I don't want to say advanced, but they have the equipment that can assist, and some other villages don't have that capacity.
Barrigada Mayor June Bloss adds her village is, quote, plagued with abandoned cars, about 200 of them, and is nowhere close to removing them by the end of the fiscal year.
And already we have a lot of calls coming in, and they're blaming, of course, the mayor, right? Our mayor's offices, because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. But actuality, it belonged to EPA or DPW. For them, they have that money. Now we are short-staffed.
Adding to the issue, Jigo Mayor Francis Lizama says Guam Police does not impound abandoned cars, which means more of them are left behind, sometimes stripped or even set on fire.
I'm kind of glad that we're not going to continue with this abandoned vehicle, because I'm finding out now that GPD, when they pull over and they arrest the drivers, they don't impound the vehicles anymore. So then it becomes our responsibility, because then, like my colleague from Magana Heights said, people are going to start stripping those vehicles, and then we're responsible for it.
Meantime, the mayors will continue cleanup efforts until the end of this fiscal year. But after that, the task will fall to other Central GovGuam agencies. Whether that shift means faster cleanups or new delays is still to be seen. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
And we continue our coverage of those vying for the role of GDOE superintendent. Tonight, we sit down with the Deputy Superintendent of Curriculum and Instructional Improvement, Joe Sanchez, who shares his vision, his journey, and why he believes he's the right fit for the job. Here's more. Joe Sanchez is no stranger to education. Today, he serves as GDOE's Deputy Superintendent of Curriculum and Instructional Improvement, a role he's held since 2012. But his journey began in the classroom as a language arts and reading teacher at Antalan Middle School.
I not only have the knowledge, skills, and abilities, but I have the experience to take our department to the next level.
Now Sanchez is one of 7 applicants vying for GDOE's top spot. Over his 25-year career, he served as acting principal at VSA Beneventi Middle School, school program consultant, director of direct instruction and success for all, and administrator for research, planning, and evaluation. As deputy superintendent, Sanchez had led major initiatives, adopting Common Core standards, spearheading GDOE's 2014 strategic plan, and driving efforts to move the department off high-risk status. In 2022, he helped secure a new 6-year accreditation from WASC and developed GDOE's latest 5-year strategic plan.
In fact, I was the one that created the framework for implementation in all schools. Making sure that everyone was trained and understood what was in the standards and what was in the different strategies in the strategic plan.
He's also helped guide the department through the pandemic, forming a task force and a 7-point plan to address learning loss,
which resulted in a large grant from the Department of Education, U.S. Department of Education, because we actually implemented evidence-based strategies that they eventually approved for the DOE.
Looking ahead, Sanchez says his vision is rooted in GDOE's mission to prepare students to be responsible, respectful, and ready for life.
I firmly believe that education is the key to prosperity, not only for every individual, but for the entire island. I believe we can be the premier education system in the region, and I believe that we can do it with the people that we have, because we have such hardworking people.
Beyond curriculum, Sanchez has also tackled tough operational challenges, from resource maximization to school right-sizing.
I led what's called the commander, the team that had to do with decommissioning. I was the one that put together the team. I was the one that was able to facilitate the different sessions, able to facilitate the different meetings, and ultimately finalize the draft reports to submit to the board. So in addition to my curriculum stuff, I really do help out with other areas of the department. That's what makes me pretty well-rounded.
He says he's also committed to ensuring stronger oversight of local and federal funds.
I know enough, although finance is not my expertise, I know enough to be able to follow the process through from beginning all the way to end, and I will make sure that I hold people accountable. And when I say hold people accountable, it doesn't mean I'm only going to approach it from a punitive standpoint. First, I will make sure I understand what the issues are. I want to make sure where the gaps are in people's knowledge or where the holes are when it comes to the process, and I will see those processes through.
Sanchez says, above all, it's his passion and experience that will drive GDOE forward.
As of news time, a family is pleading for help in locating 13-year-old Kaylin St. Nicholas, who is still missing tonight. She was last seen yesterday afternoon leaving Jose Rios Middle School and later spotted at the MTM laundromat getting into a silver car with a male and a female. Kaylin is described as 4 feet 7 inches tall, about 90 pounds, with dark brown straight hair. She was last seen wearing her Jose Rios school uniform, a gray jacket, dark blue top, and khaki shorts. A police report has been filed. Authorities and family members are urging the public to be on the lookout. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you are asked to call 671-777-0813 or contact police immediately. Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
Day Fresco Fridays on KUAM News, presented by Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, located in Hagåtña, just across from the Gani Shopping Center.
Get ready, Guam. Kmart's turning the big 3-0, and this anniversary celebration is bigger than ever. Free prizes, big raffles, hot deals, oh, the party's everywhere at Kmart. From pantry staples to daily essentials, save big with new low prices. And with surprises popping up throughout the store, there's always something to make you say, oh! Kmart Guam, celebrating 30 years with savings, surprises, and fun for everyone. Oh, it's on, Guam.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Welcome back to Primetime. A 59-year-old man is behind bars accused of sexually abusing a child for several years. According to a magistrate's complaint, Jerry Lagway Castile was charged Thursday with multiple counts of criminal sexual conduct, including first-degree charges. Police say the abuse began when the girl was just 4 years old and continued until she was 11 or 12. According to the complaint, Castile allegedly told the girl he would have sexual intercourse with her until she turned 13. Afraid of Castile, she told police this is why she did not report sooner. An adult brought the allegations to authorities, and investigators interviewed the child who detailed the abuse. Castile is being held on $30,000 cash bail. A 35-year-old woman is facing felony charges after authorities say she tried to bring drugs into the island's prison. Dropped off items for an inmate at the Department of Corrections in Manila Wednesday afternoon. During inspection, officers discovered a resealable bag labeled for t-shirts that contained a meth pipe. Prosecutors say Kichicho first denied knowing about the pipe, but later admitted it belonged to her and that she used meth earlier in the day. She is charged with promoting major prison contraband and drug possession. Kichicho was booked and held on $3,000 cash bail. If convicted, she faces up to 11 years behind bars. In other news, a new Shell gas station in the south is officially open for business. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held at the new Shell in Juatnya on Thursday, the community gathering to celebrate the occasion and to bless the site. IP&E and CPL CEO Jim Bickley says this marks the 16th Shell location in Guam.
So this is an initiative that we started a few years ago in wanting to expand our footprint and expand our operations, but doing it in a low-impact, environmentally friendly way. And so we engineered these modular stations that are able to be constructed in a short period of time and have a very minimal environmental impact. And I think that it's been a great thing for the business and a great thing for the community. So we're very, very excited about this.
Ricky Altanaga, IP&E Senior Director of Operations, Marketing and Loyalty, says it's more than a place to fill up your
We are
tank
proud
or
to say
grab a
that
snack.
Shell stations are a destination, and we are bringing in this today in Juatnya community. We want to give our brothers and sisters in Juatnya a choice, and we want Shell to be convenient for you to make these choices. We are partners of everyone's daily journeys. Whether you are going to work, bringing our children to school, tourists, or just transiting, we are here to offer Shell's best products and services.
Meantime, Shell is having an exclusive promotion in Juatnya, double Pacific points for all customers for all fuel and C-store transactions until September 30th. And in recreational news, the Guam Skate Network is anything but kickback these days, as the collective of enthusiasts is working hard to broaden the reach of the activity, build venues, increase competition, take Guam on an international stage, and give kids something safe to do together. Jason Salas got some FaceTime with some of the leadership on their vision for the sport.
We are talking skating right now. I've got some friends of mine from the Guam Skate Network, Clay and Giacomo. Now, guys, good to see you as always. And you guys are working really, really hard. And we appreciate it because the island's skating community has always been. It's getting very deservedly the limelight now. And Clay, you guys are working on some amazing community events, competition, and venues for skaters who want to get involved.
Absolutely, yeah. We've kind of had this breakout year where we really are maximizing everything that we could possibly put in 1 year. And are getting it done. So
We got about 3 more months, so you got some room to go.
we have a big 3 months coming up. If I could just speak about that, we were sending athletes to Japan in November, and booked accommodation yesterday. Athletes are getting tickets. We're having everything getting set up to compete against the world's best.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say let's not bury that, because Japan, gold medalist, #1 in the world as far as skating. Talk about just how competitive and how passionate the community is up there.
So it lends itself to the culture of Japan, where I forget the term, but it's like they have something and they stick with it their whole life. A lot of people they make ramen their whole life. That's their thing. And they've adopted that into skateboarding, where they have 10-year-olds that are doing back-to-back 900s on vert ramps. It's pretty insane. So that's the culture there.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So that's the culture, is the progression, and like the top street skaters for men's and women's are mostly from Japan. Today the world skate rankings are pretty crazy.
For all age groups.
Yeah, it's all Japan. And so the Olympics now have lowered the age from what it was to 11 because of all the young Japanese skaters coming out of Japan. So it's pretty wild. But we're going to be sending athletes there in November. And then the very next week, December 6th, we have a window of December 6th to December 13th for our first Guam National Championships. And that's going to be epic. We are raising funds to bring pro skater, he rides for Plan B. His name's Tommy Finn. He's the Skate Australia head coach, and he's an all-around international skateboarding star, like competing in X Games and Street League and all that stuff. He's agreed to come and hang out, judge our competition, just skate street with us, demo, do workshops with the kids. It's going to be a blast.
Very nice. Now, Giacomo and boys, I appreciate so much how you guys are longtime skaters yourselves. You had the passion from a very young age, but now you're administrators, so you've got to do you've got the park cleanups. You're calling us in the media to do interviews. You've got tickets, sponsorships, all that stuff and everything administratively. But you're keeping the culture of skating what it was and what it continues to be and everything like that. It's still very, very much fun, very inclusive, a little bit renegade in a good way, and welcoming everybody.
Well, we definitely remember where we come from. There's a culture for sure, but the reality is now we're looking at it from a different perspective, right? It's let's just say it's a lot more adult now. Our approach now is, the concern is, we talked about skaters in Japan, a lot of the skills that are out there, the talent. That's Brazil, Australia. These are top countries, including the USA, of course. But in order to get to that point, we have to have the proper facilities. As you know, it rains a whole bunch in Guam. The sun is very strong out here. The reality is we can't train during those moments when it's extremely hot, when it's raining. So how are we going to get our talent there? So that's part of the reason why we exist, is so that we can have that talent grow. We can foster the youth, administer what we can at skate parks in terms of guidance and whatnot, but the reality is this is why we exist, so that we can create those type of facilities, so that we can get the skill and talent level.
There is the core argument, because skating is such a, you've got street skating and you make something out of nothing, right? It's the essence of, the very punk rock essence of, I see something that becomes an obstacle. But when it comes to parks, it's very equipment and venue specific and everything. And you guys are doing some amazing work on improving skate parks, cleaning up skate parks, and even making some new ones.
Absolutely. In fact, just recently we painted Agafagumas. Yep. We did the walls up there. The intention was also to get some water blasting done. That will be done. And as we recently found out, there have been, new marks and signatures left on the wall. But that's part of our job.
Yeah.
That we realize now that is what we are here to do. It's not just park maintenance, but we're also looking to train. We're looking to keep the culture alive. And it's not just skateboarding; it's skating all across the board. So if you know anybody out there that rollerblades, roller skates, scooter, come out, notify us.
It's not just decks, everybody.
It's not just skateboarding. It's
not
just
very nice.
Everything's skating. So if you feel that you want to be the head of rollerblading or roller skating, whatever it is, that culture also needs to come alive.
Again, with the community being inclusive.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so what are some of the challenges, Clay, that you guys have, experienced and everything? Because obviously you guys are all on the same team. Avery's not here, Avery Tekenko, but part of the leadership team, along with several of you guys. You shared with us your vision, which is unbelievably impressive. It's also very, very grand. How are you actually executing on that and making your dream come true?
Okay, so the vision really is, at first it was, hey, no one's going to take us seriously because we're just a bunch of people that say that we'll do some stuff. We have to be legit. So we decided to be a nonprofit. And then in that journey, we got affiliation with GNOC, the Guam National Olympic Committee, and our International Federation World Skate. So now we are like co-signed by the parents. That's why we're getting all of this exposure to pro skaters, why we have their emails and their phone numbers, why we have access to proper like legacy skate park designers and construction companies, because we're affiliated now. So,
and we've seen this happen in the past in Guam sports, because like with our golf courses, we had world-class architects come out and basically bless it. We've seen it with basketball, we've seen it with soccer, we've seen it with tennis, and now you guys.
Sure. So yeah, we have these contacts now, and we are the national governing body for skateboarding and small wheeled sports, like he was saying. So where the vision is we not only want to be able to be, we wanted to be able to be legit, to take money from people like, hey, we are a tax exempt nonprofit, we're legitimate. We are putting money into youth programs for skating, giving kids alternatives to, team sports or alternatives to drugs and violence. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in our communities nowadays. And if kids just have an extra thing that they can do that they're interested in their park, which is, we're going to touch on this. We were working with the Island Beautification Task Force and Stephanie Flores to kind of piggyback on some of the grants that they had for these remaining open air gymnasiums. And it looks like, she said that there's going to be skate parks. So 4 more skate parks, smaller, like 2,000 square foot skate parks going.
More prime time when we return.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Calvo Select Care's comprehensive medical provider network offers our members choice and access to quality facilities locally in Asia, Hawaii, and the continental United States. We provide our members several wellness programs and healthy options to improve their overall health status. The FY 2026 Gov Guam self-funded open enrollment starts September 16th and ends September 27th. Gov Guam employees and retirees enroll now.
Anything's possible. I push to the limits. I climb every wall. I keep on believing. Anything's possible.
If there's one thing we've learned, it's never to underestimate the spirit and strength of the people of our island home. Which is why at Bank of Hawaii, you, your dreams, and your possibilities will always have a home. Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to Primetime. Filing suit, one of the families of the victims of American Airlines Flight 5342 is taking legal action against the airline and the U.S. government. The lawsuit was made public today, Wednesday, in Washington.
The crash of American Eagle 5342 was predictable, it was preventable, and caused the needless loss of 67 lives.
Strong words from the attorney filing a lawsuit against American Airlines and the U.S. government. Family members of loved ones who died in January's mid-air collision over the Potomac River standing in solidarity in Washington, D.C.
We've supported each other through birthdays, anniversaries, holidays.
Doug Lane, the Rhode Island man who lost his wife Christine and son Spencer, has been fighting for change. 67 people were killed when the passenger jet collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter. At an NTSB hearing this summer, it was revealed that the altitude readings on the Army helicopter were incorrect, and it was flying higher than it should have been. Lane says this legal action is the logical next step.
Many of us have been asked whether we dread the idea of rehashing the worst days of our lives in court. Our answer today is clear. We're ready.
The lawsuit singles out American Airlines and its regional carrier PSA, saying they manipulated and abused the system of high-density airport regulations and policies at DCA and put additional stress on ATC resources, particularly at peak travel times of the day. Why do you think the airlines haven't been the focus of this investigation up until this lawsuit?
The reality is, and this is true of every case, the deeper that we dig, the more we learn. And that's one of the purposes of the lawsuit.
For its part, American says it has a strong record of putting the safety of our customers and team members above everything else. We continue to support the ongoing NTSB investigation. The families vow to continue their fight.
We are here to see this process through, however long it takes, to ensure that our family members have a lasting legacy that makes the world safer for everyone who flies.
Another deadly sniper attack, this time directed towards ICE officers in Texas.
You can hear the gunshots. Denise's Robleto was waiting for her mother at the Dallas ICE field office and started filming. I was with my sister praying, she said.
At least 3 people shot. Multiple people shot.
Police say the gunman perched on a rooftop, killed 1 detainee and wounded 2 others before taking his own life. No ICE officers were injured. DHS calling it an attack on ICE law enforcement. The FBI releasing this image of shell casings found near the shooter, engraved with the words, anti-ICE. Tom speaking with the acting ICE director.
There were some brave men and women on the ground that went into those vans, were pulling those detainees out while they're under fire.
And they were all shot while they were in the vehicle?
They were shot while they were in the vehicle, right. So the shooter obviously didn't know who was in the vehicle. He was just randomly shooting at windows into vehicles that he already seen down there.
The agency releasing images of bullet holes in a window and American flag inside the facility. Authorities say the gunman fired multiple rounds from the top of that building into this ICE facility a few hundred yards away. Tonight, NBC News has learned the shooter is 29-year-old Joshua John, according to multiple senior law enforcement officials. John's brother described him to NBC News as unique without elaborating, saying he didn't have strong feelings about ICE as far as I knew, and that he was not a marksman, that's for sure. It comes as DHS says there's been a 1,000% increase in violence against ICE officers, including an ambush-style shooting outside an ICE facility in Texas, and a man appearing to open fire at immigration agents during California protests. President Trump tonight blaming Democrats, posting, "I'm calling on all Democrats to stop this rhetoric against ICE and America's law enforcement right now."
All the vile talk against ICE, calling us Nazis, Gestapos, that something like this was going to happen, and it did. And, for me, it's my worst nightmare. Never thinking that in our own facility, our own location, we take sniper fire in a major city.
Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
I thought you worked in his house.
Oh, I'm wherever he needs to fuel up. Oh, Cantina chicken burrito.
Thanks, Todd.
That's the way to do it.
You know what? Let me actually get something to wash that down with, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Easy. Appreciate it.
You've made a powerful enemy, Todd.
I didn't mean
Parents, would you like your child to be well prepared for school? The Guam Early Learning Council believes in building a supportive community to help your child be successful in school and in life. If you would like resources and information to see if your child is reaching key stages of growth for school, call 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. excluding holidays. We are here to assist.
I'm going to school. I'm going to learn and play. That's so cool.
Chee-hoo! The UOG Endowment Foundation and Guam Comedy present the return of the comedy sensation, Tamua, with his hit Chee-hoo Tour. Saturday, November 1st at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Tickets are going fast at guamtime.net, so don't wait. Get ready to laugh, celebrate, and shout, Chee-hoo!
Half a day Guam, I'm Jason Salas. Now, there is a very, very big decision that's going to be made next Monday, and it has nothing to do with the football games, although that's important too. But this is directly going to impact the private sector right now. The legislature has a variety of proposed legislations in front of them. Tay O is the chairman of the Guam Chamber of Commerce, and Tay and his colleagues there at the chamber are going to be watching what the legislature decides very, very intently. Because Tay, this is the future of the business privilege tax, which, as you've said many, many times, is a long-standing issue, and whether it goes down to from 5 to 4.5 to 4 over the next two successive fiscal periods and everything like that. I would dare say these are real dicey times for you, man.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, it's been a roller coaster year for me. I'll tell you that for sure. Trying to spearhead this initiative has always been at the front and center of the chamber's objective. And we're finally right at the doorstep. So we want to make sure we could talk to the lawmakers and let them know, hey, the private sector really needs some help right now, and we need some relief so that we could kind of get our economy and private sector jump started again.
Absolutely. And you wrote this wonderful newsletter that you distributed over email this morning. And, as a business student myself, and when I was getting my MBA, we think of everything in terms of like case studies, right? And I'm going to quote from your newsletter real quick, because I thought this passage was key. The solution to the government's challenges lies in improving financial management and prioritizing the collection of revenues owed, rather than continuing to burden the people of Guam with higher taxes, in this case, business owners. I think that is the key argument. And certainly there are pros and cons you can make from your position as the chairman of the chamber, as well as the government and everything like that. So I'd like you to make your case about how that continues to be the core issue right now of better financial management rather than revenue derived from taxation.
Yeah, I mean, just a few days ago, don't forget that, Jason, there was an article put out, and it was talking about how GovGuam has a revenue surplus of close to $74 million, and that's this fiscal year. So when you're kind of looking back at what's been going on within our public sector, of course, GovGuam's been flush with cash within the past few years. Tax collection has been great. But then when it comes to, tax reduction or tax relief for the private sector, they claim that our public school, our public hospital still needs a lot of help. These are standing issues that's been there ever since 7 years ago, since BPT was at 5%. So to now claim that they're going to have a dedicated funding for GMH and for schools at this point, when the private sector has been bearing the cost for 7 years, I just don't think it makes any type of budgeting. I don't think it makes sense for the private sector to be continually bearing the cost.
Mm-hmm. And I was covering the Guam Chamber of Commerce meeting that you had the other day, and capitalism, it seems, from the attendance, from the enthusiasm of the membership, from yourself giving the opening meetings and kind of like really setting a tone for that. Capitalism is alive and well on Guam. There are many people who are excited to start businesses, people who are already in the enterprise level happily are running them. But at the same time, you said we don't need could be, like very devastating additional burdens to our bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, you see on the streets right now, you drive on Marine Drive and you see how many shuttered businesses. There's talks about some major retailers that are planning on pulling out of Guam right now. We need to have a healthy private sector that could support government services and put taxes towards the public sector. But without a healthy private sector, I mean, I don't know where the public sector is going to be able to get additional tax revenue. They've been doing well, and the fact is that the military buildup has really helped government finances within the past few years. I think now is time to help out the private sector. Now, I know there are shortfalls, definitely. When you hear about these surpluses, you tend to think, like, where's all the money going? And the fact is, just a few months ago, GMH lost funding, about $10 million in ARP funding. I don't think we have a tax revenue issue. I think we have a not spending issue at this point, seriously. We need to make sure we budget properly, and we need to make sure that GMH is fully funded. That's always been the Chamber's position, is that GMH needs to be fully funded, DOE needs to be fully funded. But at this point, to claim that now the private sector is trying to take away from the schools or the hospital, I just don't think that's reasonable, and I don't think that's fair.
Mhm. Now, let me ask you, Tay, because another thing that we think of as, as business thinkers and everything is, of course, we plan for contingency because we don't like surprises. I mean, and, ambiguity is going to affect our decisions, one way or the other every single day. But have you actually talked to the membership or, even with the leadership about what if it just doesn't happen? What do we do, in, I don't want to be melodramatic, but like in a doom.
Yeah, of course. Those are things that we've always considered. If the budget bill doesn't pass this, and if the GRT reduction doesn't pass exactly according to the plan that we have, I think we have contingencies in place. Of course, the business community is happy with any type of relief, but at the same time, we feel that this is the relief that is owed to us, and this is the relief that was promised to us many years ago. Remember, this was supposed to be a temporary tax increase, but it stayed for 7 years. And so if the budget bill doesn't pass, if the BPT isn't exactly reduced to the rate that the private sector feels is justified, then of course we're willing to work with the senators, and sit down with them and figure out a plan from there.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view from Surfside.
The new Crafted Flats from Pizza Hut. 5 handcrafted recipes with more toppings, all for you. There's no reason not to get one or try all 5. New Crafted Flats are just $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close. Only from Pizza Hut.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby! as it kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Get the new and improved KUAM News mobile app in the Apple App Store or Google Play for Android, featuring the latest local news, advisories, promotions, giveaways, and more. New apps, same reliable information from Guam's news leader. Search in your favorite app store for KUAM and download today.
Today, we're back at Panta.
We're back at Panta.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Lunch, better with Pepsi.
Half a day, guys. Welcome back to another edition of Foodie Call. I'm Shaylee.
And I'm Kobe, and today we're in Bantai in Tuan to check out their new menu. We're gonna try out their prawn pad thai, their pork chops, their Bantai ribs, and this one called the Crying Tiger Steak.
I'm scared. They said it's spicy.
Yeah, they said the reason why they call it the Crying Tiger is because this sauce right here is very spicy. So we're gonna see. We're gonna save that for last. So
Good luck, Kobe.
good luck, Shaylee.
All right.
Okay, let's
do it.
Let's start with the pad thai. Cheers. Wow, that's really good. The noodles are like bouncy.
Pad Thai is a classic.
Mhm.
I feel like I always have to order it. I love the seasoning too.
Oh my god, it has so much flavor too. A great way to start your meal here at Bantai.
All right, now we try
The pork chop. And what's really cool about these new dishes is it comes with this purple rice. It's like a mix of their white rice, their black rice, and sticky rice.
Cheers, Kobe.
Wow, cheers.
That's tender.
That is tender.
I love the seasoning on the pork chop, and it's very tender.
Yeah, and that sauce adds that little extra flavor right on top.
And the rice and the meat, this is very well. Even the tamarind sauce.
You know, before we move on to our next item, we're gonna take a Pepsi break.
Because
Lunch is better with Pepsi.
I couldn't think of one.
Crispy and refreshing.
Yes. This is their Bantai ribs.
Ribs.
It also comes with the tamarind sauce and the sticky rice.
Yep. I'm just gonna grab one.
Same.
Yes, one. Cheers.
Whoa. The outer layer is so good.
That was like right off. That was an easy bite.
Whoa.
The breading has so much flavor. The meat is juicy.
My whole thing is if I have a rib and it doesn't fall off the bone, there's no point of it. This, fall off the bone.
Wow.
Delicious.
Now for our finale.
The Crying Tiger Steak. I kind of want to try. Okay, I want to try the steak with the finadini first.
Yeah, I agree.
And then with the sauce.
Yeah.
Cheese, Kobe.
Cheers.
Even the finadini has a little kick to it. All right, Kobe, I'm gonna go into the.
I'm scared. No.
Don't be scared.
We face.
Do it.
Oh my god, I just spit.
Sorry. You got a lot. I'm gonna be brave. Oh, it's dripping down. Okay. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Damn. Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We should remember.
It's actually really flavorful though.
It is flavorful, but it definitely stays.
It's coating my tongue.
Yeah. You can feel it just like all over your tongue.
But honestly, it has a good flavor.
It does have a good flavor.
And it really adds to the steak and elevates it.
I'm gonna get some Pepsi now.
I'm salivating, my mouth is watering.
All right, guys, now that Kobe has finished his Pepsi, that wraps up another edition of Foodie Call. Thank you to Pepsi for sponsoring the segment, and thank you to our friends at Bantai for taking care of us and making us cry.
Oh, yes, making me cry. Be sure to check them out on Instagram. It's Bantai Guam for their updated hours and the latest updates. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Lunch better with Pepsi.
Still to come, birthday shoutouts.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience. The One Micronesia Show, Sundays on the stations and digital platforms of KUAM Communications. Join me, Victoria Swan, for one-on-one interviews with Micronesians in our region and around the world doing amazing things and representing our community. Plus, I'll be sharing different looks at our diverse cultures, languages, food, and much more. And as a special treat and a way to end the show, we're hooking you up with a musical performance every month with a One Mic Jam Sesh, sharing music from all over the Micronesian region. It's sharing our common world because we are One Micronesia.
The One Micronesia Show is brought to you by American Music, located in the Compadres Mall. Now carrying all of our major music brands only at Compadres Mall.
Want to stay up to date with all the thrilling action happening around Guam? Look no further. Tune into KUAM Weekend Edition for the Weekend Sports Update, your ultimate look at sports happenings on island. We've got you all covered. Don't miss out on the excitement. That's Weekend Sports Update, KUAM Weekend Edition, brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here.
Mr. Sun is bright outside, but you know what? I am wearing my Fresco Friday gear right now, and I am wearing this matte charcoal gray. It's kind of like dark, and you know, hey, I graduated from Sanchez, right? So I love my school, and I'm wearing my school colors. But you know, now that I think about it, this is kind of like Teadsden, kind of like Business and Technology Charter School too. So hey, you know what? All love to our friends at Fresco down there. Go check them out. Say, hey, I saw Jace on News Bites, and this thing looked great. I gotta have one of those. So, and shout out to all of my Sharks, all of my Titans, all of my Bulls, everybody. And wait, let's see what Fresco gives me next week. Maybe Ukadu, maybe Southern, maybe GW, maybe Notre Dame, maybe Guam Adventist Academy. Guam High, they got great school colors. That's going to come up next week. All right, but as for the current moment, we have a lot of stuff going on, including a fire safety fair. Everybody, our friends at GFD, the island's true heroes. They are putting on this fair, and that's going to be on the 5th over at the Micronesia Mall from 10 to 2, and they want to tell you about the importance and understanding what impact lithium-ion batteries have in your home, all right? The days of nickel metal hydride and nickel cadmium, that's way in the past, all right? That's your older brother or even your dad's stuff, all right? The new stuff is what you have to understand. All of us use devices. All of us are charging devices all day. Some of us are even charging our cars overnight, right? At the house. Make sure you understand that, and shout out to GFT for putting this on for the community. All right, a floating lantern ceremony is what I've been telling you about. Now, this is a time-honored tradition, very, very solemn, very, very emotional, very, very meaningful, where our brothers and sisters that have Japanese ancestry, including many Chamorros, many Guamanians that have Japanese lineage, they honor loved ones who have passed on and left us, and they light candles, and then they put them in these beautifully wonderful little lanterns, and then we all set them afloat off in Tumon Bay at Ipao Beach all at the same time. It's very, very moving, and we invite you and want you to participate in this because it is peace, love, enjoy. Absolutely. Make sure to check that out. That is going to happen tomorrow. We'll see you there. All right, there's a K-pop dance festival going on back at the Micronesia Mall, and this is happening tomorrow. So there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. So make sure to get your Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, get your agenda all set up, because there's a K-pop dance festival going on at the mall, and they are bringing out, the Korean Association of Guam is, performers from Korea, and they're gonna blow your mind. So make some signs, cheer them on, get a good drink, because you are gonna be cheering and you are gonna be really, really impressed. There's a free raffle and there are cash awards, so good luck to all of the competitors and everybody who's gonna be featured there. And we got a game of the week, and this one has a little bit of a backstory to it. Oh boy. The Packers are heading to the Cowboys. Need I say, this is Micah Parsons' homecoming, question mark? I mean, you know, like he spent the first 4 years of his career over there in Big D, and now he's coming back after a very, very tumultuous offseason in which he was demanding more money, finally traded. He's playing good football right now for the Packers, but they're going back, and I wonder if the people who celebrate and just live and die by the Church of Jerry Jones, are they going to boo him? Are they going to cheer him? You want to find out? Because I do. So make sure to tune in. That's going to be KUM TV8 and Peacock. That is going to be streaming. Lots of cool stuff going on and lots of wonderful birthdays to get to. So let's celebrate people that were born on this day. Birthday shout outs right now.
Okay, everybody, birthdays are a big deal, and when you have a big birthday, we give you big love. So we are saying happy birthday in a big, big way. Happy third big birthday. Blessings to our son, Andrew Stephen Flores Jr., who is blowing out 3 candles this year. Man, that's a big responsibility, but Andrew, we know that you can do it, and your parents love you very much. Leonora Villanueva has a birthday today, so happy birthday, Nora, from Malilani, Pari Vincent, and the Pareto family over in Jonia. And we always got to say, because Jonia rules, have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Helen Mariano has a birthday today, so happy birthday, Sister Hail Mary. Well, wishing you a wonderful day with family and friends. May God bless you and your family as soon as you celebrate this day.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Your Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake winner.
Where this week goes to?
When it gets hot, you know what's great? Ice cream cake. So, Alexandra Samonte, you are the new winner of a Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake. So look out for a message from us, and we'll let you know when you can go redeem your prize and say, hey, I'm this week's winner. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your Primetime Show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful. We close out with the sights and sounds of Fanatsu Famalawan. The event hosted by the Guam Women Chamber of Commerce was held today at the Hyatt Regency Guam. It was such a great event.